Okay, this is a video demonstration of the KNS 4522. The 22 has the capability of doing regular ball bonding or ball bumping. Right now we have it set up to do ball bonding, which is a 2 bond. We'll go ahead and do it. We're going to press the chest pin to search height. So we're pressing the button on the left hand side. Once you're at search height, you release, the bond is formed. And we can move back to bond 2. We're at search, release, and as you've seen, the wand came across and created the ball for the next bond. Let me just do a couple more bonds here. This is your typical ball bonding. Here I can do the stitch, so I'm showing you the stitch operation by operating the right hand side of the chest pin with the multi-mouse button. After the first bond, here I'll go ahead and do that now. The left hand side is press and hold. We're at search. We'll do the bond. Now as we're stepping back to our second bond, if you want to do a stitch, you're going to go ahead and hit this stitch button, hold that, and then you continue making stitches until you hit your last bond. Alright, now in order to do ball bumping, what we're going to do is going to hit reset and press both the stitch and the left and right hand buttons of the multi-mouse. And to check where we're at, I'm going to hit the stitch button again. Oh, it didn't work that time. When it does this, it's telling us we're in regular ball bumping mode. So what you need to do is press the reset and hold both simultaneously. And what we're looking for is for 1 and 2 to flash. Like that. So now we're in ball bumping mode. So we're just going to put a ball bump down. There's no second bond. We'll go ahead and do a couple of those. Oh, what had happened when I was doing a stitch, I had the loop set too high, so I lost the, I didn't create a ball on this here, so we're getting an open indication here. So what I'll need to do is to correct that error, I'll open the clamps using the clamp switch here. While we're here too, I just want to show you that this is your test button. You want to see your ultrasonic lights come on, telling you that you're tuned, your capillary is tuned. You have a light, your clamps open and close, and your light on and off over here. You also have your tail adjustment, explained in the manual that you'll receive, loop height, and then your 2 channels here. For channel 1, you have a search, power, time, and force, and the same for your second bond. On the right hand side here, you do have some the ability to enable or disable the NEFO, which is a negative electronic flame off, and this is to monitor whether or not you're you have a short or an open. You do have a manual spark. You can turn your motor on and off. That's your C drive motor, and you can adjust your ball size using your potentiometer. And finally, you have a semi-automatic and a manual mode. Manual C, man Z. You're going to use this black button to move the head up and down. It's not working right now because first of all I didn't switch the switch, and I need to fix this problem here. So what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and open the clamps. Well, you know what happened? The head dropped over here. I'm going to need to just go into reset here now. Let's bring that back up. Again, by hitting the stitch button, we'll check to see. We've still got this error here. I need to clear this error, and what I need to do is go ahead and open the clamps. I need to feed a wire through the capillary. Sometimes it's helpful to press the test when the wire is completely out. Okay, so then what I need to do is break off roughly about an inch of wire and feed it through the capillary. If you can see this, it's very small, but what you're doing is, it's very hard to see, but you're going to put that 1 mil wire through the capillary here. And so you see it feed out the bottom. I don't know if you can see it, but you're going to pull that through. And you just want to make sure your wire is going through the side lid here and in between the clamps. So I'm going to reposition the wire in between the clamps. At this point, we're going to fold the wire up so it doesn't pull through as the head drops down. Bring your work holder underneath. Close your clamp, otherwise it won't move. And at this point, we're going to go head down, and this is going to do a second bond for you, or it should. But I think maybe because I hit the reset, it's not going to work. But anyway, so we're at bond 1. And it looks like it did work. Alright, so in this case, we still have the open, so I'm going to go ahead and come across by pushing the negative EFO wand over, by pressing the solenoid here. You can see the wand moves over. And I'll go ahead and hit the manual spark. And you can see I cleared that error. So now we're ready to go with our, let's double check, we're in ball bumping mode. So let me go ahead and do a couple of ball bumps. So you can see it just puts the ball down and then creates another ball. And we'll just cycle through this and do a couple of them. So we're doing ball bumping right now. A little hard to tell, but get about 5 or 6 ball bumps there. So again, the 4522 has the capability of switching between typical ball bonding, which is a 2 bond, or stitch bond, which would be additional bonds, or the ball bumping. I just want to point out too, we're using a 2-inch spool of gold wire. This is ball wire. The elongation percentage is a little bit greater than the typical wedge bonding wire. And so the 2-inch spool gets fed into this feed tube down underneath this glass slide. This is going to be sent, I'll put this in a bag and attach it as I have the tool, the capillaries here too. So I'll have everything in the bag attached to here. Your glass slide, so the wire is going to come across underneath that glass slide. So what you do is you take the slide out and then place it on top once the wire is positioned correctly. It needs to go through this eyelet here, which is your kicker. It puts a little tension on the wire when it's creating the ball bonding process. And then it's going to come down through the clamps and then through the capillary. While we're here, this does have the spotlight indicator, which is putting, you may not be able to see, let me shut the light off. You see that little red reticle down here? That's to help you, typically what you do is you'll create a bond and you align this using these 2 adjustments here. You align the reticle to the bond you just made. So this will, when you go to make your next bond and any continuous bond, any other bonds afterwards, it'll show you exactly where that bond's going to be made. Okay, the other thing is you got a work holder here. It's set for 150 degrees C, which is recommended for gold wire ball bonding. And this is your temperature controller right here. This does have a rotary motion if you need to move it this way. To release your work, you just bring it out. Go ahead and open up the clamps here. Slide your piece out. And you can remove it from the work holder. Alright, so that's our demonstration of the 4522 KNS ball bonder.